Hey guys, welcome back to the Babbling Boots YouTube channel. We babble about boots, and on occasion shoes, like today, where we're going to be unboxing a pair of Meermin Oxfords that I bought during their summer sale this year. So let's get into the unboxing. Comes in a pretty standard narrow shoe box, not like a larger square box that they usually have if you buy boots from them. You open it and we're greeted with a little Meermin shoe bag here. That's nice. Looks like they only give you one shoe bag though, so I guess they want you to put both shoes in this bag. Usually if you buy boots from them, they give you two boot bags, but I guess boots are larger, so they don't expect you to shove both in one bag. And here is the Oxford. This specific Oxford, I believe, is Snuff Kudu, Waxy Kudu on the Monlast, and I think the Monlast, it's an elongated almond-shaped toe, as you can see here. It's pretty narrow and sleek. I think they say it's similar in style to their, I think it's Rois, R-O-I-S. I might be butchering that, but that's the way it's pronounced. And I got these in a size 8E within UK. My Meermin size, it depends, like in Chelsea's I get a size 8E in Meermin's, and then I think I have some of their boots that are a size 7.5 on the Hawklast because it's a little bit wider and more roomy. But I'll see how these break in, and if they are too snug, then I will be regretting that choice. So let's get into it. So as I mentioned before, these are CF Stead Snuff Waxy Kudu, and Kudu is, I believe, an antelope that a lot of the times with the leather, it's got these kind of natural scarring marks on it all over it, just from where the animal's been rummaging through, like, you know, bushes and thorns and getting scrapes on it. So you can see all these little unique scars in the leather, which I really like. You probably don't want to wear it with something too formal, like a suit or, you know, a suit and tie event kind of thing. These are definitely more for casual, maybe with some jeans or a button-down shirt if you have those. But I do have a pair of Chelsea boots in this same Snuff Kudu, and I think it ages very nicely over time, and it patinas very well. It's pretty unique as far as leather goes, I think. So as far as the welting here, this is 360-degree Goodyear welt. I guess this is storm welted here, which is where you can see the little lip on the side. And overall, I think it looks pretty clean. There is, I guess, some dye showing here on the heel of this one where I guess they didn't quite dye it properly, or some of the dye came down. I might try to see if I can sand that off or buff it out or something. It's really not too big of a deal because it's on the inside, but it is, you know, nonetheless a little bit of a flaw there. Check out the left boot. The left boot has a little bit of dye here too. I don't know if I can see with the camera. It's not as noticeable as that one, and you know, you wear these a lot, and again, it is on the inside of this one as well. Over time, you won't even notice that, and if you wanted to, you could probably put a little polish on there to kind of even out the color of it. As far as the stitching goes, on the rest of it, it looks very clean to me. I don't notice any stitches that are out of place or anything. Looks like there could be like a little bit of frayed stitching here. But you know, I could just probably burn that down right there with the lighter and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. And this one looks pretty good. But I guess I will say, you know, there are like a few minor little flaws on here. Just a little bit of dye on this one and then maybe a loose stitch. Those are very minor things, and especially for the fact that I got these during their summer sale. I think typically these retail for $205. Which to me, even for a Goodyear welted boot, a leather heel stack, Kudu leather from Charles F. Stead Tannery, I mean, for $205 at regular retail price, I still think that's a very nice shoe. For the price I paid during their summer sale, it was $153 before shipping, and then I think shipping is $15. So somewhere around $168 total. For this quality of a shoe, I think that's fantastic. You don't really find many Goodyear welted shoes below $200. So regular price at $200, I think that's perfectly reasonable. And $150, I think that's excellent. So looking at the interior of the shoe, I believe it is fully lined. It looks like just regular calf leather. It does come with this insole. I'm gonna see if I can remove this. Okay, so the insole looks like it's just probably I know the bottom part's obviously foam. I don't know if this top part is leather. If it is leather, it's just a very thin calf skin maybe, or something to that effect. It's very soft though. It almost feels like the same material as the bottom side, but it has like a grain of leather on the side. So I'm gonna say that's probably leather. It's just a very smooth, soft leather. You take out this little sole they provide here, and it looks like the rest of it is, looks like another leather sole here, and it is, I believe, nailed down with about 6 nails here. So it is gonna stay in place. That's not slipping out anytime soon. And this does look like and feels like it is all leather. So if you didn't want the foam, you could take this out and put in your own leather insole. In fact, I might actually do that, thinking about that right now. I will probably, because I do a little bit of like leather work for fun, I might just trace this out with some veg tan leather I have, and then just slip these in as veg tan insoles. I think that'd be pretty nice and wear well over time. So I'll probably try to do that and maybe post a video later on and see how that works out. So the sole of this is, I believe it's a Meermin branded, I think they just call it a regular lug sole, and it's kind of a day-night knockoff, I guess, if you want to say. It's a Meermin's version of a day-night sole, and it feels like it's probably a bit softer than day-night. I know some people say day-night's too hard and too firm, so that means when you're walking down the street, it doesn't have as much grip, so it's a lot easier to like slip and slide, especially if it's wet. This one definitely is softer than day-night, so I'd imagine that it might actually have a little bit more grip if you're wearing it outside, and you do walk through a puddle or like on the wet sidewalk or something. You probably get a little more traction with these, so you're less likely to fall and kill yourself. So these do come with round cotton laces included in the shoes. Because these are dress shoes, you probably want to stick with round cotton laces. You probably don't want to go for something like rawhide laces. And these eyelets are pretty small anyway, so I'd be surprised if you could fit rawhide laces in there. Someone might try and they might succeed, but I wouldn't recommend it. I just don't think it would look very good with these shoes. One thing I'll point out as well, these little stickers on the bottom, I don't know if people ever see these and wonder what these mean, but this basically is telling you what kind of materials the shoes are made out of. So if you can see the top one here, it has a picture of an arrow pointing to the outside of the shoe, which basically is referring to this upper material here. And then it has a picture of like a hide, which means that material is leather. And then there's one for the inside of the shoe as well. This one's also hide, so that means the inside is leather. And then it has an arrow pointing to the sole at the bottom, and that's like kind of a diamond shape, which means it's made from other materials like plastic or something. And I think there are regulations around that, at least in the US, where they have to tell you what the material is made out of, or what the shoe is made out of. So if you see a lot of hides on there, it's made from a lot of leather. It could be genuine leather, the quality of leather, it depends. But then, you see a diamond down there, and it's probably like plastic or rubber. So that's just kind of like a little helpful guide if anyone's ever been curious about that. And then just for the fun of it, these probably don't weigh very much, but I just figured, I've weighed other boots and stuff, so I'll probably just weigh these just to get an idea of how much they actually weigh. Okay, the right shoe weighs 1 pound, 4.8 ounces. The left shoe weighs 1 pound, 4.3 ounces. Another situation where the boots don't quite weigh the same, but that's fine. 0.05 ounces isn't big of a deal. So as I mentioned before, these are on the Monlast, and these are a size 8 on the Monlast. I haven't tried them on yet because I did just unbox them. So I'm hoping they're gonna fit me. I did measure them, well, I didn't measure them. I lined them up next to my Chelsea boots that are on the Hero Last in 7.5. And actually those are an 8, not 7.5. So I lined these up next to my Hero Chelsea boots that are an 8 UK, just like these. And they lined up pretty nearly identical, so I think the size of these is going to work out very well. If it doesn't work out, then it, because I bought these on the summer sale and I can't return them. So I'm kind of stuck with them. Unless I decide to, if they don't fit me, I decide to sell them. And someone would like a lovely pair of Kudu Oxfords that you can no longer buy on the website. They are gone completely. So if I come back and leave a video somewhere, or an update in this video that says whether they fit me or not, someone could buy these for a very discounted price. of around $153. So overall general impressions of this shoe, I think, again, for the price I paid of $153, it's a great deal. Like, the leather just feels very nice, and it's kudu leather if you've ever felt kudu, and it just has a very nice texture to it. And I think it looks pretty nice. Maybe that's just me. It is a little bit, well, it's elastic toe box, but it's a little bit maybe less sleek than I would like here. I might like that to be tapered down a little bit, but I think it still looks very nice. I don't have any complaints with the price that I paid for it as it stands right now. Depending on if it fits or not, that might change. But if you bought, I know they have some of these also. Like I said, these aren't in stock anymore in this particular type of leather. They do have this in, I think, green waxy commander, maybe a brown waxy commander, calf, museum calf. So they have other options, just not this specific leather. And those do retail for between $195 and $205, which I still think is an excellent price for the value you're getting here. Just really anytime you get a Goodyear welted shoe, I know I've said this many times, for anywhere around $200, that's probably going to be a very good value, as long as it doesn't fall apart on you in other ways and it's not made of like really cheap plastic or something. It's going to be a pretty good value. I don't know what this means. There's like a little, just looking at that, there's like a little, I guess maybe they wrote the size of it, and where it says 8, I think that's an 8. It's just interesting, and I don't know what that is, but it's in the shoe under the insole, if anyone's curious. When you get these and you're like, there's some markings. There are markings in this one too, and I don't know what that is. But that's neither here nor there. For the price, I think it is good, and you should look into these. So as far as like comparisons to other dress shoes, I don't really own any other like Oxfords or cap toes really. I have a couple of pairs of like nice chukka boots that I wear with like suits that I think I got from Bexley a few years ago. So these are probably the first nice dress shoes that I've purchased. They're probably equivalent to something you'd get from like Allen Edmonds on their website as far as quality. And I think Allen Edmonds, a lot of times, they have sales too. I know I've gotten a pair of shoes that I reviewed from Allen Edmonds that was heavily discounted. If you can find an Allen Edmonds shoe priced around the same, they're probably about the same quality. I think most of the time though, there could be around $300. So, and they also aren't in kudu. So if you really like the kudu boot, well, you can't get this one because it's not on the website. But if you really like waxy commander shoes, then you could look into Meermin for those. That's really all I have to say on these because I haven't worn them yet and I don't know much else about them. So I will come back probably later on after I've put some wear in them, see how they've aged, see how they fit me, and give an update on them. And if anyone knows what this is on the back here, I know like a lot of dress shoes have this little, I don't know if it's just like the style or if it has some special meaning to it for like dress shoes, but I am curious about that. So that'll probably be it for this unboxing. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to let me know and I'll get back to you. Thanks.